Did you know that Ai's smartphone and blog password was 45510, which is the initial of the 4 founding members of Bikamachi? How about the fact that Akane was originally meant to go through with her suicide before Mengo convinced Akasaka to keep her around? Or that Memcho's name is a pun on the term memo pad, which is also the Japanese name of the notepad text editor? Well, these are just the very tip of the Oshinoko iceberg. We're about to explore 9 levels of mind-blowing facts, from basic stuff everyone knows to the crazy dark secrets that'll make you question reality. We'll look at mythology, real-world scandals, and wild fan theories. And I'll drop a quick heads up here that there will be spoilers for the Oshinoko story, so this is your warning. So, are you ready to uncover the truth and have your mind blown? Let's dive in and see what's hiding beneath the surface of the Oshinoko iceberg. Oshinoko is taking the anime world by storm. This show isn't your typical idol story, it's got a dark twist that sets it apart from the rest. The tale begins with Ai Hoshino, a 16-year-old idol star, but there's more to her story than meets the eye. She's pregnant with twins, keeping it a secret from everyone. As the show unfolds, we learn about her children, Aqua and Ruby. Their journey is full of surprises that will keep you guessing. Now, what makes Oshinoko so special is its deep look at the entertainment world. It shows both the bright lights and the shadows. The show tackles tough topics head on, exploring issues like online bullying and the pressure of being in the public eye. We see characters struggle with cruel comments and the need to maintain a perfect image. The creators behind this show are brilliant. Aka Akasaka, known for Kaguya-sama Love is War, teams up with Mengo Yokoyari of Scum's Wish fame. Together, they craft a story that hooks viewers from start to finish. And Oshinoko's popularity is off the charts. The opening song Idol by Yoasobi is breaking records everywhere. Fans can't get enough of it. Every time a new episode drops, social media lights up with discussions. People are going crazy for this series. But this anime is more than just entertainment. It holds up a mirror to the idol industry, showing the good and the bad. It makes viewers think about the real cost of fame. What does it take to be a star? What do people give up to chase their dreams? And the visuals are stunning as well. Doga Kobo, the studio behind the show, has outdone itself. Every frame is a treat for the eye, with top-notch animation and incredible attention to detail. Now, as the story unfolds, we see the characters face tough choices. They deal with fame, loss, and the search for truth. The show doesn't shy away from hard topics like murder, revenge, and even reincarnation. Oshinoko balances drama with moments of light. It can make you laugh one minute and tear up the next. This mix of emotions keeps viewers on their toes, and you just never know what's coming next. The show's success comes from its blend of entertainment and depth. It's not just about shocking twists, it's about real issues that many people face in the entertainment industry. This is what sets Oshinoko apart from other anime. Now, as the story goes on, more secrets come to light. Each episode peels back another layer of the complex world these characters live in. It's a roller coaster ride that keeps fans coming back for more, eager to see where this wild story will go next. Moving on from the show's premise, let's look at how Oshinoko shows the real side of showbiz. This anime doesn't make being famous look nice. It shows the hard parts, and a lot of it comes from real life. Very early on in the series, the character Akane Kurakawa shows how toxic and full of hate people can be online towards famous figures, and just what effect it has on the person on the receiving end. This hits home in so many ways, because you don't have to be famous to have seen this or unfortunately been a victim of it yourself. The show also talks about how hard it is to be an idol. Ai Hoshino has to hide her pregnancy because it could end her career. And this isn't just made up. Real idols in Japan deal with this all the time. They have to look perfect and never make mistakes. It's really hard for them. And Oshinoko shows how fans can go too far. They think they know the idols and get too involved in their lives. This can be dangerous, like what happened to Ai in the show. A fan killed her because his obsession turned to anger and jealousy. This shocking opening to the story shows just how scary fan obsession can be. The show also talks about young stars growing up. Kana Arima used to be a kid star and now wants to be an adult actor. It's very hard for her. This happens to real child stars all the time. Growing up famous is not easy. But it's not all bad. Oshinoko shows good things about show business too. The characters work hard and they love what they do. They take care about their art and want to do well. Also, the show's connection to social media and aspects of our own daily lives was a huge hit with fans. The deeper look into the lives of the rich and famous was, of course, the cherry on top. So yeah, Oshinoko is different from other anime about idols. Most shows make being an idol look fun and easy, but this one shows the hard parts too. It's more honest about what it's really like to be famous. The show mixes made-up stories with real life. Some characters are like real people in showbiz. This makes the show feel more real and helps us understand what it's like to be famous. Oshinoko gives us a closer look at the entertainment world. It shows both the good and bad sides, from online bullying to the pressures of being perfect. The show doesn't shy away from tough topics. It's a more real look at showbiz than we usually see in anime. The show deals with many issues that real entertainers face. It talks about the pressure to always look perfect, the danger of obsessive fans, and how hard it is to grow up in the spotlight. These are all things that happen in the real entertainment world. Oshinoko doesn't just focus on the bad stuff though, it also shows why people want to be in showbiz in the first place. The characters really love what they do, even when it's hard. They work really hard to make good art, to entertain people, and to follow their dreams. So by mixing real-life issues with a made-up story, Oshinoko helps us to understand what it's really like to be famous. It's not always glamorous or fun, but it can be rewarding. The show gives us a more complete picture of the entertainment world than most anime do. Did you know that Oshinoko and Kaguya-sama Love is War are part of the same world? Yeah, it's true. The creator, Aka Akasaka, has left clues that link these two shows together. And now you might think, but these shows are so different, and you're right, they are, but Akasaka has hidden little connections all over the place. Remember Sweet Today, the manga in Oshinoko? Aqua and Kana were in a live-action version of it. Well, that same manga shows up in Kaguya-sama too. The characters in Kaguya-sama, well, they love reading this manga. And there's more. Frill Shiranui from Oshinoko is the little sister of Koromo Shiranui from Kaguya-sama. How cool is that? And in a special chapter of Oshinoko, Ruby does a photo shoot. Who's taking the pictures? Well, it's Kaguya Shinomiya from Kaguya-sama, of course. Fans love finding these connections. It's like a big puzzle, and each new link is exciting. People wonder what other crossovers might happen in the future. Now, some fans think Oshinoko might be set in the future of the Kaguya-sama world. Imagine that, all the events in Oshinoko could be what happens after Kaguya-sama ends. It's crazy. And did you know that this shared world actually has a name? Yes, it's the Akasaka-verse. It's a big, complex world that covers both shows. It lets us see characters and themes in brand new ways. And these connections aren't just for fun, well, they add depth to both stories. They make us think about how characters might change over time, and they also show how small events in one story might have big effects in another. For example, the success of Sweet Today in Kaguya-sama might explain why it got a live-action show in Oshinoko in the first place. These links also make us wonder about the world these characters live in. How has show business changed from Kaguya-sama's time to Oshinoko's? So the Akasaka-verse isn't just about spotting familiar faces, it's about seeing a whole world grow and change. It's about understanding characters better by seeing them at different points in their lives. This shared universe also keeps fans guessing. Every new episode or chapter could have a hidden link to the other show. It turns watching anime and reading manga into kind of a treasure hunt. So next time you watch Oshinoko or Kaguya-sama, keep your eyes open. You never know when you might might spot a connection between these two amazing series. The more I think about it, the crazier it is to think about how these two seemingly different stories are actually connected. Akasaka has created this intricate web of relationships and events that span across both series. It's like he's inviting us to piece together this large narrative puzzle. And who knows, maybe there are even more connections that we haven't discovered yet. The fun part is that we, as fans, get to be detectives looking for clues and making connections. It's what makes being part of the fandom so very exciting. And if you think about it, this shared universe opens up so many possibilities. It allows us to see our favorite characters in new contexts and imagine how their stories might continue beyond what we see in their main series. It's really a testament to Akasaka's creativity and attention to detail. So, whether you're a fan of Oshinoko, Kaguya-sama, or both, there's something special about knowing these stories are intertwined. It adds an extra layer of enjoyment to both series and keeps us coming back for more, eager to uncover the next hidden connection in the Akasaka verse. Oshinoko isn't just about idols, it's a story filled with hidden gods and myths. The star-shaped eyes of the characters are more than just a cool look, they point to something bigger. So let's look at Aqua and Ruby. These twins might be based on the two big names in Japanese myths, Amaterasu and Tsukuyomi. Amaterasu is the sun goddess and Tsukuyomi is the moon god. They're siblings, just like Aqua and Ruby. The twins are like two sides of a coin, just like the sun and moon. And if you think about it, Aqua is a lot like Tsukuyomi. He has a dark side, like the night sky. He wants to get back at people for what happened in the past, and this fits with how people see Tsukuyomi in myths. The moon god is often linked to the dark parts of life. Then there's the Crow Girl. She's not just in the show for fun. She might be based on Yatagarasu, a three-legged crow from Japanese myths. Yatagarasu is known as a divine messenger. In the show, the Crow Girl helps Aqua and Ruby when things get tough. This matches what Yatagarasu stands for: hope and new starts. Then there's being born again. This is a big part of Oshinoko. It's not just a cool idea, it comes from Buddhist ideas about life and death. Aka Akasaka, who made the show, says this stuff matters. He wants us to think about how our past lives shape who we are now. And here's something interesting. Ai's kids were soulless at first. This might mean that Yatagarasu gave them new life. It's like the show is saying these kids have a special purpose. Now, even the flowers in the show mean something. White roses show up a lot. They stand for hope and being pure, but they also mean silence. This fits with the big ideas in the show, like being born again and facing through fates. These flowers hint at what might happen next. And if you think about it, all these god and myth links help us to understand the characters better. When you know about Tsukuyomi, you get why Aqua acts the way he does. And when you see links to Yatagarasu, you understand why the Crow Girl is so important. These mythological connections can change how we see key scenes. For example, when Aqua is plotting his revenge, knowing he's like Tsukuyomi makes his actions seem more fated. Or when the Crow Girl shows up to help, seeing her as Yatagarasu makes her role feel more divine. Understanding these links is like having a secret code. It lets us see the deeper meaning of the show. It's not just about idols and fame, it's about old myths playing out in a modern world. Well, it really adds a whole new layer to the story. So, next time you watch Oshinoko, keep an eye out for these mythological hints. They're not just there to look cool, they're part of what makes the show so rich and interesting. They turn a simple story about idols into something much bigger and much deeper. Oshinoko is full of hidden details that make the show even more exciting. Let's dive into some of the coolest secrets you might have missed. The series is packed with sneaky clues about what's going to happen. In the first episode, there's a creepy bottle of star sand on the shelf behind Ai. Now, it's not just there to look nice. This bottle is a gift from Ai's stalker, hinting at her sad fate. You see those 2-star eyes, the mouth and the squiggle coming from it? Well, compare it to the heartbreaking moment of Ai's death and it's shocking, isn't it? This is a small detail, but it foreshadows that something bad is coming for Ai. Now, names are super important in Oshinoko. Every character's names can have a special meaning. The kanji used for Aqua's name means water in Japanese. Now, in Latin, his nickname Aqua means water, sea blue, or one from water. The key here is one from water, which could possibly point towards his fate. These names tell us a lot about who they are and what might happen to them. Did you know that the show has fake versions of real brands? Now, you might see a coffee shop called T-Book instead of Starbucks. There's even a fake Yahoo called Zahoo. As well as that, Apple products and programs are scattered throughout the series. These little jokes make the show feel more real and add fun for eagle-eyed viewers. Again, symbols are everywhere in this show. Remember what I stated about white roses earlier? Well, yeah, they show up a lot and mean more than you think. In the show, they stand for innocence and purity, but they can also hint at big events in the story. Some characters are based on real people. Kana Aruma is inspired by Mana Ashida, a child actress known for crying on cue. This helps us understand Kana's struggles as a young star trying to make it in show business by connecting her to who she's based on. Now, the coolest hidden detail might be in the characters' eyes and the speculation of their meaning. Of course, Aqua and Ruby have a special 6-pointed star in their eyes, as did their mother. Fans think this star might mean something about their future in show business, others link it to a secret sign of their star power, and some think it's a visual cue to us viewers of their true intent. All these hidden details do more than just look cool. They add depth to the story and characters, they give hints about what's going to happen, and they also make the show more fun to watch again. You might spot something new every time you watch. The fake brands and real-life inspirations make the show's world feel more real. They help us connect with the characters and their struggles. The symbols and name meanings add layers to the story, and they make us think about what might happen next. All these little details show how much care went into making Oshinoko. The creators put a lot of thought into every part of the show, from the names to the background details. Everything, and I mean everything, has a purpose. It's not just about telling a story, it's about creating a rich, detailed world for us to explore. So, next time you watch Oshinoko, again, keep your eyes open. You never know what hidden gem you might find. Each little detail adds to the big picture, making the show even more special. Think you know everything about Oshinoko? Well, get ready to have your mind blown. We've got some wild facts that'll make your jaw drop. Let's jump into some crazy trivia that even diehard fans might not know. Did you know the voice of Ai Hoshino, Rai Takahashi, didn't even want to play Ai at first? Can you believe that? Now, she actually had her sights set on voicing Akane Kurakawa during the auditions, but fate had other plans and she ended up landing the role of our beloved idol instead. It's kind of funny how things work out, huh? Now, here's something equally surprising. The team behind the anime adaptation were actually big fans of the manga before they started work on the anime. Yeah, the folks at Doga Kobo loved Oshinoko from the get-go. That's why they put so much heart into bringing the story to life on our screens. It's like they were living their dream job. But wait, there's more. Oshinoko isn't just a fun anime to watch. It's, of course, tackling some pretty heavy stuff too. The show digs deep into the dark side of the entertainment world. We're talking cyberbullying, the crazy pressures idols face, and all sorts of real-world issues. It's not just made-up drama, this stuff happens in real life too. Speaking of real life, did you know the creators did a ton of homework for the show? They went all out talking to actual people in the entertainment biz to get the details just right. They wanted to make sure they showed the real challenges that idols and actors face. That's some serious dedication. Now, although the death of Ai Hoshino is central to the story of Oshinoko, series creator Aka Akasaka did not intend for it to be so. In an interview in 2021, Akasaka stated that the decision to have Ai murdered occurred during the manga's serialization. In the initial plan, Ai and her children, Aqua and Ruby, would work in the entertainment industry together. However, when Akasaka started writing the series, he realized that Ai was far too powerful a character. So, Akasaka decided to kill Ai because he feared that her dazzling presence would overshadow her children, who were supposed to be the story's protagonists. Now get this, Oshinoko isn't just popular, it's breaking records too. The manga has outpaced some seriously big names in the industry. We're talking long-running hits like Dragon Ball and My Hero Academia. That's right, Oshinoko is giving these giants a run for their money in the popularity department. But here's where things get really interesting. Oshinoko isn't just entertainment, it's sparking real conversations. People are talking about the show's themes and how they relate to real-life events in the idol world. It's got people thinking about the crazy pressure society puts on idols and other celebrities. It's pretty deep stuff for an anime, right? Did you know any of these facts, or do you have your own Oshinoko discoveries to share? Well, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear what surprised you about the show. Remember, there's always more to learn about your favorite anime. So next time you watch Oshinoko, keep an eye out for more hidden details. You'll never know what you might discover. Okay, so yeah, Oshinoko fan theories are wild and crazy. Fans come up with some really out there ideas about what's going on in the show. So, let's dive into some of the craziest ones that might just blow your mind. Some fans think Ai Hoshino might come back to life. It sounds weird, but they have their reasons. Aqua and Ruby were reborn as Ai's kids, so fans wonder if Ai could be reborn too. Sometimes in the wrong way, you know. Anyway, they point to the show's focus on rebirth as proof, and it's not that far-fetched when you think about it. The stars in the characters' eyes that we mentioned earlier are another big topic of debate and theories. Fans think these stars mean more than just looks. They say the stars show who's linked to show business and who might get famous. People think the stars are clues about the characters' dreams and how far they'll go to make it big. Aqua's revenge quest gets a lot of attention too. Some fans think there's more to it than we see. They believe Aqua wants to expose big problems in show business. These fans look at Aqua's actions and think that he's kind of hiding his real plans. And yeah, it does make you wonder what's really going on in his head. Ruby is part of fan theories too. Some people think she knows more about the dark side of fame than she lets on. They look at how Ruby acts and think that she might have secret plans just like Aqua. Could sweet little Ruby be up to something? One really strange theory is about Ai Hoshino herself. So, some fans think she's based on real people, even a South Korean leader named Park Chung-hee. They compare how Ai and Park dealt with being famous and what people thought of them. It's a bit out there, it's very out there, but it shows how deep fans are digging. The biggest theory is about a secret boss behind everything. Fans think someone we haven't seen yet is controlling all the events, and they look for clues in each episode to support this idea. It's like a big conspiracy theory for the series. Now, of course, we have the manga ending now, so we know which of these are right and which of these are very wrong. But these theories, they change how fans watch Oshinoko. They make people look for hidden meanings in every single scene. Fans rewatch episodes to find new clues, and they talk about their ideas online and get excited when the show seems to prove them right or very wrong. Some fans even make up own stories based on these theories. They write fanfiction or draw art showing what they think might happen. It's a fun way for fans to be part of Oshinoko's world. In the end, these theories make watching Oshinoko more fun. They keep fans thinking about the show even when new episodes aren't out. Whether these theories turn out to be true or not, they certainly add to the excitement of being an Oshinoko fan. Oshinoko isn't just a made-up story. It uses real-life events that have stirred up quite a lot of trouble. This has sparked a big debate about using true stories in these shows. The series creator got ideas from real people and events, but some say they went too far. Let's look at a few examples. Akane Kurokawa's story is based on Hana Kimura, a real wrestler. Now, Hana was on a TV show and got bullied online, and unfortunately she took her own life because of it. In Oshinoko, Akane goes through the same thing and tries to kill herself. Now, Hana's mum Kyoko was upset about this. She said the show didn't ask to use her daughter's story, and to make matters worse, the episode about Akane aired on the day Hana died, which made Kyoko even more angry, as you can imagine. She felt the show was using her family's pain for free. Now, Hoshino is like a real idol named Fujisaki Nagi. Nagi told people she has 2 kids, which shocked fans. Idols, of course, aren't supposed to have families, and Ai faces the same problems in the show. Even the scary parts of Ai's story come from real life. In Japan, a fan once attacked an idol after learning about her personal life. This, of course, happens to Ai in the show too, and it shows just how dangerous being an idol can be. Like we mentioned earlier, the creators talked to real showbiz people to get things right. They wanted to show what being famous in Japan is really like, but some think they crossed a line by using real stories without asking. This brings up a big question. Is it okay to use real tragedies in a show? Some say it helps people understand what celebrities go through. Others think it's wrong to use someone's pain for entertainment. Those who support using real stories say it can raise awareness. They think it helps people see the dark side of fame, and it might make fans think twice before bullying celebrities online. But those against it say it's disrespectful to the people who've suffered. They think it's wrong to make money from someone else's tragedy. They worry it might cause more pain for the victims' families. Some argue that changing names and details makes it okay. They say it's not exactly the same as real events, but others say it's still too close and easy to recognize. There's also the question of artistic freedom. Should creators be allowed to use any story they want, or should there be limits when it comes to real tragedies? In the end, there's no easy answer. It's a complex issue that touches on ethics, art, and respect for real people. As viewers, we can think about these questions as we watch shows like Oshinoko. The debate about using real stories in fiction will likely continue, especially as more shows tackle sensitive topics from real life. And just when you thought Oshinoko couldn't get more intense, we're about to uncover its darkest secret yet. Brace yourself, because this dives into an aspect of Oshinoko that gets a lot of people talking. So imagine if Aqua and Ruby weren't just siblings, but lovers. That's right. Yes, the manga's illustrator Mengo Yokoyari wanted to explore a romantic relationship between them. This isn't just speculation. Mengo herself admitted it during a Q&A session in Spain, saying, "I would have liked to do Aqua and Ruby's relationship." This idea caused a huge stir among fans. Some were excited by the potential, while others thought it was a step too far. After all, Aqua and Ruby have a complex backstory, and the thought of them as a couple raised serious questions about ethics and storytelling. However, Aka Akasaka, the writer of Oshinoko, wasn't on board with this idea. He shut it down pretty quickly. Instead of going down that path, the story moved towards Aqua's feelings for Kana. This change fits better with the themes of growing and healing that we see in the series. However, the debate over this possible plot twist got fans talking. It sparked big discussions about what's acceptable in anime and manga. Some felt it crossed a line, while others thought it could have been an interesting direction if handled carefully, and then others, went too far. This controversy highlights a broader issue in anime and manga storytelling. How far can creators push boundaries with taboo themes? What's the line between edgy storytelling and going too far? It's safe to say that Oshinoko isn't the first series to face these questions, and it certainly won't be the last. The impact of this decision, it goes beyond just Oshinoko. It shows how one creative choice can drastically alter a story's trajectory. If Mengo's idea had been used, the whole focus of the series could have been shifted from revenge and fame to a more personal and controversial romantic plot. But the story isn't over yet. Mengo hasn't given up her original concept entirely. In fact, there's talk that she might want to do a spin-off exploring Aqua and Ruby's relationship. Whether this will actually happen is anyone's guess, but it shows just how invested she is in this idea. This revelation takes us to the deepest part of Oshinoko's Iceberg. We've come a long way from the basics of the show to its most shocking behind-the-scenes secret. It just goes to show that even in a story about fame and revenge, the most intense drama can happen off-screen. As we reach the bottom of this iceberg, it's clear that Oshinoko is full of surprises. Who knew that behind all the glitz and glamour of the idol world, there would be so many layers to uncover? The path not taken can be just as intriguing as the one we see, proving that in anime, the biggest twists can happen behind the scenes. Now, if you want more Oshinoko content, then make sure to click this video here where we dive into more detail on the true meaning of the star eyes in Oshinoko. I'll see you over there. Take care. Peace.